Year 4 and Year 4 parents. A slightly different welcome meeting to what we're used to, but I hope some of the things I'm going to talk about help to answer any questions that you have. As we already know, we have me in the class Monday to Friday, and we have Mrs. Wright working with us, which is really lovely. It's somebody that the children have already worked with and know very well. And then we have Mrs. Rennie, who teaches the class every other Wednesday for the day as PPA cover. These are our current topics that we do. There is chance they may change. Sometimes we find new interests come up or other things come along, but this is as they are at the moment, and I'm sure if they change we will let you know about that. So we have just started our ancient Egyptian topic, which is wonderful because we do all the gruesome mummification process. We will then be moving on to Will Water Last Forever, so a science focus of the water cycle, but we also look at some other issues within the world. We then do the Vikings. Following on from that, we will be doing Stars and Stripes, which is all about North America. This is a new topic we had a go at last year, but didn't get to do fully because of the school closing. And then we have An Inconvenient Truth, which is all about global warming, and we look at what Greta Thunberg has done to help with that. And then we have our Japan topic at the end of the year, which is a brilliant end to Year 4. Lots of lovely activities going on there. Of course, your child's well-being is our highest priority, as it is always. I have been so amazed at how well the children have settled in already. They came in that first Monday smiling and have really adjusted to the new way that we are working the school to keep the children as safe as we can. The new layout of the classroom, making sure we're regularly washing hands and things, they've been brilliant, so keep that up, Year 4s. We are obviously trying to give a little bit more time as well for the children to be talking a little bit. We've all had very different experiences during the last 6 months, and we want the children to feel that they can talk about that and share some of this without overdoing it. So we have lots of PSHE lessons, we have talk and chill in the morning, so the children come in, it's not straight in, rush, go, go, go. We kind of have a settled start of a little activity where myself and Mrs. Wright have time to talk to different children, they have a chance to talk to each other, and just to kind of let those feelings out, share different experiences, and make sure the children are feeling happy and safe. We're also, as a school, really trying to look at learning behaviours. Alongside our Good to Be Green, we are looking for these different things within the children. We've talked a lot in class, as we've introduced it this week, about all these things make a brilliant student. So if all the children are trying to persevere and make links, and how we want to challenge ourselves to be the best we can be. And we want to pass that responsibility over to the children, so asking them to kind of be detectives and look out for different children doing these things, so we can celebrate that and put that up on display and share with the rest of the class what it looks like to be having a go, being curious, taking pride. So the children are certainly keen to be looking out for those and spotting different children doing them. Times tables. We are a little unsure at the moment as to whether the Year 4 times table test will happen this year. It was due to be introduced last year and obviously didn't happen. We will let you know as we find out information about that, but regardless of the test, times tables are a real push in Year 4. I cannot explain how much they help the children with all of their maths learning, and it's not till they start to get more confident with these that they realise that themselves. So we do lots of times table work in Year 4. We have our speed tables that we do daily, we do different songs and all sorts of different things because the children learn times tables in different ways. So we want to find what works best for them. And I can't help but I encourage that at home as well, that you can try and practice that. So the continuous practicing, little bursts of going over the tables will help them feel more confident and improve their speed. There's lots of different ways we can learn times tables. Times Table Rockstars being the biggest resource that we use, because it's great that that can be used in school and at home. The children have their login stuck inside their reading records and are hopefully working to get their rock status at the moment. But as we get that set up and running again, we can do tournaments against different classes, they can compete against each other. So it really encourages that kind of, I'm learning my tables, but I'm also having fun playing games. That was a big hit last year. Also songs on YouTube, you can find lots of current songs that the children will know, but the words are changed. So again, that's a fun way of learning them, enjoying the music. It might be something that your child enjoys. And also just the classic quick fire questions, 5 minutes at breakfast. Focus on one table at a time, so you're not trying to confuse them, but let's have a quick practice every day. Can we remember that one that we keep forgetting? So lots of times table practice is going on in school all the time, but also at home is really helpful. Reading, of course, still remains a priority. We're giving lots of time for reading in school, making sure we're reading independently, but also sharing a class story, Every day, encouraging lots of book talks, so the children are sharing different authors they've come across, different books that they've enjoyed, words that they've learnt from their books, just to keep that love of reading going. I know as the children start to get to this age, they like to read independently, which is brilliant and of course encouraged, but also you trying to hear them read in between that, just so we can keep an eye on how we are doing. Yes, they can read the story, but do they understand the text? Ask them lots of questions. Are there words that they're skipping over and not checking that they know the meaning of? By having those questions, that helps to build on their vocabulary and their comprehension skills. We have a new reading challenge that we're doing in the class. As a class, we're going to try and read 100 books. And also, every time a child reads a book, we give them a raffle ticket so that they can win prizes. So it's just trying to encourage that love of reading still. Homework is slightly different to how it has been. We're not sending homework books home at the moment, just because it's another thing going to and from school. So all of our homework will be done online via our Purple Mash blog. This has been shown to the children, and each week I will show the children where to find the homework and talk them through it on a Friday, so they have a bit of an idea when they come home. This will mainly be maths and English based. It will relate to the work we've been doing that week. I am hoping to still set a longer homework task for our topic, of which we're fine for things to come in if they've made something. We will just put it in a safe place for the 72 hours, and then we can display and share them in the classroom. I will show you the Purple Mash blog in a minute, but just spellings, to make sure that's clear, we will be sending out spelling booklets. So you'll have one booklet for each half term, and in there are weekly spellings. The children will be told A, B or C, which group of spellings to focus on, depending on their confidence with their spelling. And so we will be testing them each week in school and having time to practice them in school, but also trying to practice them at home. So that one booklet can go home at the beginning of half term and you can keep it there. You've then got your spellings for all of those coming up weeks. So just to show you on Purple Mash to make sure it's clear, as it's been a while since some of you may have used it, but it is just like the home learning that we were doing. So when the children log in, again, their logins for Purple Mash are in their reading records. If you go on to sharing at the top, shared blog, and there's a picture of a giraffe, that's our new Year 4 blog, and that will open up, and on here each week I will post the homework. Well, let me scroll through. The homework will be there. I will try and give as much information as I can. Sometimes it will be to do something directly on Purple Mash, sometimes there may be something attached for you to open. But please let me know if you're having any trouble getting onto any of these Purple Mash or Times Table Rockstars, and we can have a look into that for you. But I'm hoping that'll be a good way, as the children are familiar with the blog since doing home learning, a nice way for us to still carry on homework. And I will mark it as well. I get to see when the children have posted things. I will respond to that to encourage the children to look and see their feedback on their homework. And also, just to, I'm sure the children have explained, but their reading logs that they have are slightly different to lower years in the school. We have the red books. They are used in school for guided reading and different activities, and we write in them when we hear them read, but still use the same at home. Hopefully the children are bringing them home with their reading books each day, so you can comment in there how they're getting on. Okay, please use them for feedback. We will look at them so we can see if there's any trouble. And same with the homework. Encourage independence with the homework, but if the children are struggling, put that in the comment. I know some have already, so we can then see we might need to give them a little bit more support with that particular area in class. I think that's most things. Obviously, I know it's a little bit trickier for us to have contact at the moment, but you can arrange meetings just by calling the office if there are any problems that come up. Make sure you are still contacting us. We're happy to talk. It's just done slightly differently. That communication is important so that we can make sure that the children are happy and sure of what's going on, and so are you. So I hope your children have all settled. They have been fantastic so far. We've had a brilliant start to Year 4, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of this year. Thank you.